Power Sports here with Kell Porter. Got a fighter fighting PBC, debuting, I believe, on Saturday, correct? Tell us a little about him.
Got a young man that's fighting at 125 pounds, Victor Morales Jr. He's out of Vancouver, Washington. And Victor's only 18 years old, just came out of high school. He was a junior world champion, a national champion like 7 times, but unfortunately his birthday was 10 days too late to make it to the Olympic trials. And his top rival in the amateurs, Shakur Stevenson, just had a great run. Shout out to him. He did a great job. I was very proud of him. But you know, young Victor doesn't want to sit around for 4 years. So I've known him since he's 12, and his family contacted me. We stayed in contact over the years, but they contacted me and said, "Hey, can you do something to help?" And I said, "Absolutely." So we signed him to Shawn Porter Promotions. He's here, and he's looking forward to having his pro debut tomorrow, and you know, putting the amateur system behind him and moving forward into the pros.
The Porter Promotions is growing, I believe. Well, I know that's at least 2 fighters that I know of already, right?
It's just
Victor?
Victor's the first.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be very particular with who we bring in, because you know, you want to make the right choices. It's not like giving out a college scholarship to kids on a football team or anything like that, you know. So we don't get to, you know, really check the resumes and transcripts, you know, from high school. So I want to be, you know, careful with who I bring in. Victor's got great talent level, but more than that, for me, I'm impressed with his character and his family, and his family's behind him, and they'll be here as well. So you know, that's why he's our first round draft pick.
Is like you were saying, you kind of want to hit like a background and things like that. Is the whole kind of package part of signing on with the Porter Promotion team?
It's got to be, because you don't get the time back. You don't want to waste the time. You want to help and you want to guide, but you don't want to just bring in a guy just because he's talented and maybe he doesn't have the character or he doesn't fit into the program that you have. So we're looking for the right fit.
Moving on to your son, obviously had a fantastic performance against Keith Thurman. Unfortunately, the decision to go his way. But how was he taking that loss? I mean, really, you know, from a fan's perspective, it wasn't a loss. It was, you know.
No, he's doing great. He's doing great, and we went right back to training. Mentally,
gotta get that guy a break. He needs to like just take a nap somewhere or something.
He took a week.
Oh, okay, good.
And then after that week, he came back and started just moving around a little bit. Then he took another week, and then after that, he's been continuous the rest of the way. So, you know, we expect to be fighting within the next 8 to 10 weeks. We can't sit around. He doesn't want to sit around. He wants to, you know, get everything out of his ability and his talent. And now is the time for him. You know, like we had a fight against Adrian Bronner, and he did a great job, but he didn't fight again for a year. So, you know, we can't allow that to happen. We have to be proactive right now. So he's working hard, and we're trying to put things together to make that fight happen. We know we're not going to get the rematch right now. We understand that. But, you know, there's some big fights out there. We're looking for them.
Is there anyone in particular in mind? Are you guys looking at like another top tier, like a Danny Garcia, like someone like that? Or are you guys just looking to stay busy? And
you named him. That's a great fight. That's a great fight. We'd love to have it, but you know, we think he's got some things that he's already got lined up. So no, it's probably not a guy like him. You know, a lot of guys have things already lined up, but we expect it to be somebody definitely formidable. You know, we're not fighting anything less than 12 rounds, so it's got to be a 12-round fighter. And you know, whatever they can come up in this period of time, because for us, it's got to be, we can't sit for 6 months. We don't want to do that. So, you know, we're on a timetable here of about 8 to 10 weeks. He's already been working. We've been sparring. We bring sparring partners in for the last 2 to 3 weeks now. We actually arrived here today, and he had a sparring session this morning before he comes out this afternoon. So we don't know who just yet, but we expect a nice fight.
On to one of his former opponents, Kell Brook, is fighting Triple G
Right.
in September. Tell us about that matchup. I mean, obviously you game plan for Kell Brook, all that. Decision didn't go your way. Kind of wrestled a lot in that fight with Shawn. How do you see that fight going with Triple G with Kell Brook?
He totally surprised us with the excessive holding. We have to keep it real in anything we do. If you're playing basketball and you're elbowing, that's a foul. If you're playing football and you're holding the offensive lineman, or the offensive lineman is holding the defensive lineman, it's holding, it's a flag on a penalty. We didn't get that night in that fight. That wasn't stopped, during that fight, so we had to just deal with it. If he tries to do that same thing against Triple G, I'm quite sure that there's going to be some type of disruption to that, either Triple G's corner making more of a complaint about it, or him doing something to take it into his own hands. I see Triple G coming out on top of that fight, but let's say, for example, that Kell was able to tone down the holding and just make it clinch. If it's just clinching, he's got a chance in maybe neutralizing Golovkin's power a little bit and maybe getting it to go further along than it's expected. But I expect that Triple G will come out on top of that fight.
Well, what do you make of all these middleweights kind of searching for opponents in the welterweight division? Like, what is this, just like this type of era thing? I mean, that stuff obviously has happened before, but it just seems like there's a sense of like big fighters kind of taking big names from lower divisions to try to kind of make their names bigger and then to fight somebody more their size.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't think it's a good idea. I got a few phone calls like that myself, and I just thought to myself, like, really, this is what it's come to now. You guys want to, and we're talking about my boxer, so, you guys want to take his name and the fan base he has and move him up another weight class, and then on fight night, you're 2 more weight classes heavier than him. It's not a good idea. I don't like to see that, but that's what's going on. Obviously, somebody should be able to see right now that when Shawn Porter fought Kell Brook, Shawn Porter was fighting a guy that was probably 175 pounds on fight night. That's what was going on. So, along with the holding, he had a lot of weight advantage as well. But I won't accept those type of challenges. If we do move up to 54, even moving up to 54 one day, as he gets older, we really want to look at what is this guy rehydrating up to. Because if we move up to 54 and we come to the fight on fight night at 158 or 59 pounds, and you come to the fight at 175, 180, we're at a disadvantage. So it's not a good deal. It's not a good deal for the injuries that could be incurred from that.
You said you got a couple calls. Did you guys get calls for like Triple G or like middleweights or anything like that?
No, not Triple G, but some bigger guys on that level. Not Triple G, but some guys on that level. And we're talking world champions who want us to come up and fight them to build up their guys. It's just not a good idea.
Well, hey, sir, best of luck on Saturday with the pro debut of promotionally and obviously professionally, and best of luck. And thank you so much for the time, sir. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.